imposed upon us, says Mick. And now yesterday morning it was announced that the Ukrainian residents currently in Dundrum House were informed that they will not be accommodated in Dundrum House after the 7th of February. There's about 60 Ukrainian residents in situ now. The department has stated that they've received a formal offer for the use of the property for international protection applicants, and they are appraising the same. Now, Fiona Kennedy is part of the demonstration in Dundrum and has been right from the very start, and she joins me now. Good morning to you, Fiona.
Good morning, Fran.
Good to talk to you today. What I read out there by way of introduction, Fiona, is that your understanding of where we are now?
That is our understanding now. Look, there was, I suppose we've been living on our nerves since last May when it comes to Dundrum House, and when this post was circulated, we kind of went into panic mode a little bit. And, you know, but as with everything, I think the devil is in the detail. And when we kind of drilled down into it and really read it, none of this is new to us. I mean, that offer has been made for the use of the property since for months now.
That's what I thought as well, Fiona. So I was wondering what is new about this, really.
Well, what appears to be new about it is that the Ukrainians who are currently resident in Dundrum House, that they have been told that they have to leave by the 7th of February. Now, we've also been made aware that a similar notice has been issued. It's no connection with Dundrum House, but also to the Ukrainian residents in the Quality Hotel in Youghal, also by the 7th of February. So we are wondering, and we are trying to find out what is the significance of that date. But when it comes to the offer of the accommodation for iPass Centre, I just really want to say, first of all, Fran, that we're at a very, very delicate, sensitive stage in this. It's been ongoing since last May. As you know, as everybody knows, we've been there peacefully since last May. I've lost count of the days, to be honest with you, but since last May. Yeah. And, you know, we've been there in all weather, even through the recent snow. We were there on Christmas Day, right across New Year, etc. There has never been a time when it has been unmanned.
Yes.
But we are at a very delicate, sensitive time. And from the very start, we've been very clear that we won't indulge in scaremongering. We don't speak publicly anything that we do not know to be verifiable fact. So, and I mean facts in writing. Our question every time was, where did you get this from? What's the source? And then we verify the source. And if we can't verify it, we leave it there. But there is now information in the public domain by way of High Court filings, land registry folios, etc. And as a result of that, I'm slowly becoming cautiously optimistic that at this point it has to be clear to everyone involved that the legal cases alone, they must preclude the Irish government from doing business with the current operator, or indeed any of his companies as listed in the High Court filings, at least until such a time as the case is resolved.
Right, now, and where this is concerned, my understanding is there are already iPass people in Dundrum House. Is that not the case?
That is the case,
yeah.
And that is the case. And one of the that is the case. And one of the I don't want to go into too much detail around contracts, etc.
Yes,
because as I said, it is very sensitive at the moment. But we highlighted very early on, for instance, the issue around fire certification, that there were no up-to-date fire certs for the property at all. And now extensive remedial works were undertaken in recent months. We're still waiting for the new fire safety assessment to be done on foot of that. But it beggars belief that from day one the whole place wasn't shut down when the lack of fire certification was discovered. It's the law of the land.
Yeah.
And you might remember that Magana House in County Clare was closed immediately once they discovered that there was no fire cert. You know, we'd love to know who made the decision to proceed without fire cert.
Right. And in terms of what we can expect from this then, I mean, my reading of it, the department has stated that they've received a formal offer for the use of the property for iPass, and they're appraising same. But again, I'm confused here because iPass people are in the premises at the moment, or on the premises.
We've been operating in a state of confusion since last
Yeah.
May when it comes to this. It's been absolute chaos from day one, to be honest with you. But I just think the use of the word appraising same is very relevant. Like we have made all of the stakeholders aware in writing of the legal proceedings. So every body who's a party to this is aware of what is happening. We've been advised that apparently the matter has been brought back before the court at the end of this month, so we know more there again. But Fran, the rules around procurement here in Ireland are very clear, and they're available for anyone to read on the website of the Controller and Auditor General. Like public funds have to be spent in a legal manner. There's currently a question mark, a very serious question mark, over the beneficial ownership of Dundrum House Hotel, as can be seen.
Well, again, I don't have data of that in front of me, Fiona. So you'll forgive me if we don't go quite down that line.
No, that's fine. I'm not going to go into the detail of that.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you, and this is fact, and I can send information to anyone who wants it, the High Court have attached a burden to Dundrum House, and I had the land registry folio in my possession here. From that alone, the Irish government cannot do business with any company where there's a serious question mark over the true beneficial ownership.
So in terms of the appraisal then, are you saying that shouldn't go ahead at this point? And
Oh, I'm more than happy for them to appraise it, to be perfectly honest with you, Fran, because this is going to come down to legality. There is a high court attaching to the property, and furthermore, the government makes all its payments to Dundrum House through Brogan Capital Ventures, but yet the holding company of Brogan Capital hasn't filed legally required paperwork with the company's registration office for 6 years. This is another breach in public spending.
Okay, and again, I don't have that data in front of me, Fiona, so you'll forgive me on this. Can you tell me then what you will continue with the protest? I guess.
Look, 100%, Fran. And I'll tell you, there's two reasons really why we'll continue. I found myself saying this a lot over Christmas. I had several people. You're out and about over Christmas, and I met people. I had people speak to me at mass, after mass on Christmas Day, in a pub on Christmas Eve, at a funeral. And the one thing I keep coming back to is, like, the government, they think they can just wait every situation out. And the example I use is all the uproar and the scandal in the news about the National Children's Hospital, all the money spent on the bike shed, all the money spent on the security hut, all in Leinster House. And, we're all outraged, and we think, how can this be happening? And we're calling for heads to roll, etc. They don't care. They just wait us out, because they know that the news cycle will move on. They think they can just wait us out. And that, I think, has been their hope since we started in Dundrum. And in actual fact, we have it's hearsay, I won't even say it, but, we know for a fact that it was expected that they just wait us out. We'll move on, we'll find something else to trouble ourselves, and away we go. But they can't wait us out. We're still there. But the other reason I think that we have to be hopeful is, look, we've just seen the formation of a new government. It's, as the song goes, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. There's a very real opportunity here to move away from the mistakes of the past, and for business to be conducted legally and ethically, in accordance with the laws of the land, and procurement, etc.
You will be pushing for that, I guess. When do you think you're going to know more on this, Fiona?
Well, we've been working in the base since day one, and that's one of the reasons why communities across the land are getting so upset, and how things reach kind of fever pitch sometimes is because, I don't know, is there a deliberate withholding of information to get people riled up? I just don't know. But, I would say we're always the last to know, but we've got an incredible team. Fran, you've no idea the work that goes on behind the scenes. Yeah. We've got the most incredible people manning the gates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all weathers, all Christmas holidays, etc. We've also got an incredible background team that are working, that are digging, and that are bringing all of this information to fore, like no paperwork being filed as is legally required, like no fire certification. We were the ones who brought all of that to the attention
so
of the
you will continue, and there's no danger that you're going to sort of give up at any point in the near future.
Absolutely. Look, Dundrum House Hotel, it's one of our national landmark buildings. You know, it's in danger of rotting and falling into disrepair. The local heritage office has been filled with empty promises, empty planning permission applications, restoration talks of grandeur. We want the building to be made weatherproof. You know, a building like that has to be maintained so that it won't rot and fall down. That Dundrum House Hotel means so much to so many. We want to see the golf course, that fabulous golf course. My own son is a member of the gym there. We want to see all of that continue. It's a local amenity. It's the only hotel in the area, despite people saying it hasn't been a hotel for years. There's accommodation there, fully functioning accommodation. It's been taken from Dundrum.
Yes.
The economic
so
life
will
has been
continue.
put out of place.
Fiona,
and we're here for the long haul.
Fiona, I must leave it there, but thank you so much for your time this morning, Fiona. Thank you. Good morning.
You're more than welcome.
Good morning
Thank you very
to
much,
you.
Fran.
Bye-bye to you. And that's Fiona Kennedy there from the protest outside of Dundrum House. 1800 9